everyone, welcome to my channel. It's me, Mish, the Dorky Reader, and today is my January TBR Jar poll video. I love doing my TBR Jar poll videos. They're really fun for me. It's like a scavenger hunt, and I have a really good time picking out the books that I get to pick from for the month to come. I've been doing this channel now for exactly a year. This is like the kind of anniversary of my little channel, and I'm really happy that I made it this far. I'm someone with really bad ADHD and I have a hard time sticking things out. So the fact that I made it a whole year of doing these videos, even if it's only 2 videos a month, is pretty cool. I would love to be able to do more than 2 videos a month. That is the ultimate goal. It is a little hard when you have little kids around though, so maybe that's something I'll do at a future date when I'm in a position to have more free time, I guess. Anyway, this month I'll be taking, not like I have been, like 12 prompts or 10 prompts from the end of the year. I'm gonna go back to kind of a more normal number. Maybe I'll reduce it to 8. I'll do 6 polls for my TBR jar so I can do my little scavenger hunt. And then I'll do 1 book of the month spin if I still have that on my tablet, which I need to go find. And I'm gonna also add a new thing. I need shelf space because my bookshelves are only so big and I have a gigantic library of books to choose from. And there are some books in my library that I have a suspicion, like maybe I got them from a free library or I got them used at the used bookstore because I thought maybe it'll be okay, but they might be books I'm not into. So once a month, I'd like to start my month off by reading one of these books to either see if I like it, because sometimes I do, or if I'm going to DNF it anyway, to DNF it and unhaul it by the end of the month. And that'll help, at least by the end of the year. If I only do 1, I'll have 12 books free from my shelves, you know, DNF. Maybe I should do 2. Yeah, I'll take 2 books that I'm suspicious about each month and try them out. And if I don't like them, I can DNF them. And that'll be a good way for me to clear space, don't you think? Yeah, you agree. Okay, anyway, I guess to start, I'm gonna have a kid come in and pull prompt for me. Emma, do you wanna be the first kid?
Yeah.
Cool, all right, Emma's gonna come. She's gonna pull prompt for me from my TBR jar. And she's gonna be chaotic while she does it. Come over here. Okay, there we go. And, oop, pick one. All right, and so the first prompt is any sequel. That's perfect because I do have some sequels I really want to read. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back and I have about 5 sequels I'm pretty anxious to get back into. So I'm going to start with these. Spoiler alert for last month's TBR. I did not get around to reading I Shall Wear Midnight, but it still holds that this is from my favorite series of all time, and I do really want to finish it because I have that fear in me that I'll pass away or something before I finish the series and I'll regret it for the rest of my life. So I need to read I Shall Wear Midnight by Terry Pratchett and finish my Tiffany Aching series. I also have book 2 in the Red Rising trilogy, original trilogy, called Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. I read book 1. It wasn't my favorite. I didn't hate it. It was very exciting for sure, but it felt very like macho, whatever, and a little less sci-fi and a little more like, I don't know, like Sparta, you know what I mean? So, but I've heard really great things about book 2 in particular, and as the series goes on, it supposedly gets really good. So I have high hopes, and I am definitely excited to continue with Golden Sun. Another book on my list that I really want to get into again is The Butcher's Masquerade. This is book 5 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I finished book 4 last year and I loved it. It was fantastic. I obviously want to get back into it. It's a big chunky book. However, usually these books kind of go kind of fast, or at least it doesn't feel like it's a long book because you're having such a good time while reading it. So this is another one. My daughter also really prefers I pick this one because she likes the covers too, so maybe that's a hint for her. Another book I really need to get back into, or series I need to get back into, is The Ember and the Ashes Quartet. I have A Reaper at the Gates, which is book 3. I've read book 1 and 2. Both of them stand up, excellent books, fantastic YA series. However, it feels like it reads adult. It has some very serious, gritty, dark parts to it, and I wasn't expecting, I guess, from that series. I'm not sure where it's going with its romance either. There's a little bit of a, like, what's going on, and that's exciting for me, and just, I cannot wait to figure out what happens to these people, and I really want the bad guys to get what's coming to them, because, oh my gosh, they are so evil in this book. And then the last one I really want to read is The Poison Song, which is the third book, and I forgot what the series is called. I think it's Winnowing Flame. Oh, I forgot. But the first book is called The Ninth Rain. The second was, what was the second one called? The Bitter Twins, that's what it was, and that one was fantastic as well. And this one would finish off that trilogy for me, which would be great because I have a couple other Jen Williams books on my TBR cart and shelves that I'd really love to try it and get into, but I can't seem to pull one of those when I know I haven't finished this one yet. So this one, usually it's a little bit of a challenging read. She's a really good writer, but it kind of takes you a while to get back into this crazy world she's built. And if you're looking for a book with really great world building and character driven plot, then I would suggest reading this one. Hold on. Okay, so of these books, I have to pick one to pick for January. And I feel almost like, I want to read all of these. Like, I really want to read every last one. However, last January, one of the first books I read came from this series, and I think that it's only fitting that I start this year off reading book 3, since I read book 2 back in January. So I'm going to read A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir, and hopefully get closer to finishing the series this year. My husband's tiptoeing up. All right, Heidi's going to be the prompt puller this time around. Wink. And, oh, one fell on the floor. Will you get the one on the floor? Thank you. Okay, this one says a booktube or social media recommendation. And I think I know a couple books that I can choose for this. Thank you, Heidi. All right, so for this one, I'm going to choose to not do a sequel because I feel like that's cheating, because that's like a book that I've already kind of chosen for myself. So it'll be book 1s of something or a standalone of something. So the books I have on this stack all sound amazing. I have The Will of the Many by James Islington, or Islington. I'm not sure how he pronounces it. This book is all over BookTube right now. It is a fantastic series from what I hear. Many people have chosen it as their #1 book of the year. This and its sequel, apparently. It's phenomenal, and I really can't wait to sink my teeth into this. Another book that's been recommended on social media, especially for people who enjoyed some of the same books that I really love, is called The Jasad Heir by Sarah Hashem. I feel like this one is going to be really romantic and also kind of epic in its scope, and I'm excited to get into this one. This book in particular was recommended by one of my favorite booktubers, and it was something I'd never even heard of, but through her recommendation, it's a romantasy that she actually likes, because she's a little picky with her romantasy as well, just like I am, and she claims that this one is actually really well worth it. I have Rain and Ruin by J.D. Evans, and I wouldn't have even bought this book if it wasn't for her, and I'm really excited to give it a try. This one is recommended by Jamie Falk all the time on her channel. It's A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Leung. I really love most of her recommendations. However, her and I don't always agree on books. That doesn't mean I don't love her channel. It's fantastic. But I am a little nervous going into this if I'm going to like this, because I didn't like the Broken Blades trilogy or whatever that was, like she did. So I'm worried. However, this one does sound really good based on the description, and I did read a couple pages and I really enjoyed what I was reading there. So should I give it a go? I don't know. Okay, the next one is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman, who is considered an amazing literary fiction writer who has a way of really pulling you into his stories, a way to really kind of describe the human experience, and supposedly he's phenomenal. I have not yet read a single one of his books. I did really enjoy the description of this one. I believe it's like a curmudgeon-y old man. Maybe like his neighbors and him have some kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure. But I just like the idea of this crotchety old man and getting kind of his perspective on things, or coming to understand him better. And then the last one I have that I was recommended on BookTube is Red City by Mary Lou. I have read, is it Legend by Mary Lou a long time ago. It's a middle grade, I believe, or is it a YA? Anyway, it was really phenomenal, and it's kind of a dystopian book, and I really, really loved it. So I'm excited to try her. I think this is an adult novel, Red City. Maybe it's YA, but I've heard really good things about this one too. A lot of people are really loving it. I think I'm gonna go with either The Will of the Many or The Jasad Heir. One of these two is bound to be excellent, I feel like. I think I'm gonna go with The Will of the Many. So many people have suggested this book as being just it, and I'm just gonna have to trust them. I'm gonna trust The Will of the Many, and hopefully if I can get around to it, which I feel like I'm not getting around to a lot of these really great books. So it's been a really busy time of year. I don't know about you guys, but if you have kids around Christmas especially, it gets chaotic, and they're home from school, so most of my time is just trying to entertain them or to keep them from destroying my house, which has, yes, been destroyed. You may see only this portion of my house because the rest of it is a nightmare. All right, I'm gonna call another kid in for a prompt. All right, here comes Odin. He is going to pull for me. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. One of those. What's it say?
A sequel in a series you've started.
Oh, great. Yes. Thank you. I love you. Perfect. This is kind of like the similar prompt what I just got, but I don't care because I'm in so many series right now. There's probably like 30 of them, and I need to get through these. So, a sequel in a series I've already started? Well, obviously, what other kind of sequel would you put? It'd be weird to say a sequel in a series you haven't started. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going back to that same stack. Wow, these are so big. I think what I should do is add I Shall Wear Midnight by Terry Pratchett. I really do want to get around to reading this. And this is the smallest of those books, which is also very helpful. And I think it'll probably be my favorite book of the month if I know my Terry Pratchett. But it'll have some hard-hitting competition though with The Will of the Many. Everyone says that's like their favorite book. And then I'm gonna put it against this one on my little tier bracket. That'll be so tricky to pick. Maybe I shouldn't pick it. You know what? Who cares? If it's better than it, then it's better than it. Okay. I Shall Wear Midnight by Terry Pratchett. Stick to it, Mish. All right, Emma, do you want to come pull your next prompt?
Yeah.
All right. A little quieter this time because I don't want the audio to be too scratchy. Come on, Emma. There you go, hyper girl. Ready? A red one? Okay. A book you bought recently.
A book you bought.
I know exactly, I think, a couple that I want to pick from. All right, thanks, Emma.
A book you.
So, of the books that I bought recently, because I did get some books for Christmas for my family, but I didn't buy those. I have my Book of the Month subscription, Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. And if I'm going to read this book not next year in December, now is the only kind of time that's acceptable. My Christmas tree is still up, so it's kind of a high contender. I also have The Ordeals by Rachel Greenlaw. This seems to be, I believe, a magical college of some sort, some kind of maybe magic competition. I can't remember. But Alluriel is like a partner of Book of the Month. They have romanticy specifically, and they kind of rate it with like 1 pepper, 2 peppers, 3 peppers. And I'm a 1 pepper kind of girly for my spice level. So when I looked at the selections, I tried to pick on the lower end. Though sometimes there'll be like a 2 pepper book that looks like it could be up my alley, and I can't remember if this is one of those or if this was the 1 pepper. Another one I have is We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark? Is it Stasia or Stasia? Stasia Stark. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like this look, based on the cover, it has kind of this Roman vibe, and I believe there's some kind of, again, competition thing, which is very typical, or whatever. So, ooh, there's vampires involved. That's really exciting. This one here is a book I bought for myself used online on Pango Books because the cover was gorgeous. And I know you can't see the inside of this, but underneath this cover, because I wrapped it, is a gorgeous dark blue kind of base with all this gold writing and pictures and stuff up front, and like a tree, and then the spine also has gold writing on it. It looks really pretty. And then, of course, you have the beautiful purple cover with a crow on it and the gold writing, and I just think it looks lovely. It's a really pretty book. Of these 4, I think I'm definitely going to have to pick Good Spirits, because if I don't read this now, I'm never going to read it. So I'm going to put this on there. It's kind of a romantic, lovey-dovey, Christmassy, magical romance. And I feel like it might be a little cringy, but I don't care. It'll be another way, again, for me to maybe DNF a book if I don't love it, and then I'll have more shelf space, which I desperately need. Like, they're overflowing at this point. Okay, I'm gonna call my next kid in, and they'll pick a prompt for me. Here comes Heidi. She's gonna pull my 5th prompt. Oh, and there it is. It's a green one. It says, a book with a male protagonist. Ooh, awesome. There's actually a few that I'm interested in. Oh, I could do that too. Oh, but I want to do that. Oh my gosh, this is too hard. There's so many good books out there. But, oh my gosh. Am I setting myself up for failure if I keep stacking really big books up there? Well, what is failure really? I'm going to put some odd number on my like want to read by the end of the year book thing, like 60 books, 70 books, whatever. And I'm probably not going to make it anyway, but I'll have some good quality books in there, and that's actually what matters more to me than a number. So I'm going to choose between, I've got like 3 right here that are really good options. Oh, and there's another one. I'll be right back. I have to grab it. Okay, so of the books I could choose, now I'm guessing that this has a male protagonist because I actually I don't know. It's called We Are Legion, We Are Bob. So because the name is Bob, it makes me want to assume that it's a male character. However, I could be wrong. Bob Johansson Had a Plan. Okay, his software. Good. It is a male character. I got this for Christmas from my kids, and I'm really excited to get into it. I love sci-fi, and the title had me rolling. I love it. We Are Bob. And then I also have another sci-fi, and I don't know if this counts either, because Murderbot is technically like without sex organs, correct? But I think Murderbot, when I see him now, I see him as a male body. Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna count that. There's Rogue Protocol, the Murderbot Diaries, book 3, and I definitely want to read this one. I also have Golden Sun, which obviously has some male characters in it. This is a sequel to Red Rising. And The Butcher's Masquerade by Matt Dinniman, because, of course, Dungeon Crawler Carl. I really, honestly, of these books, these are the 2, and the size difference couldn't be any more. Like, what is this? What even is that? There's like, I could definitely blow through this book in a couple days or a day. But I really want to read this because I haven't been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl fast enough, I feel like. I need to continue in that chaotic, wild world. However, I just watched season 1 of The Murder Bot, like on Apple TV with my husband, and I freaking loved it. It was so great to see, and how hilarious they portrayed a lot of the side characters. I just loved it so much. So do I want to continue with Murderbot or this? Well, because I have these really big chunky books on there already, I think I am going to go with Murderbot this time around, because The Will of the Many is pretty thick, and The Reaper at the Gates is also kind of, though that one does read really fast, and the spacing and on the text, if you looked at it, it's kind of big. Well, still, I'm going to read Murderbot. I need to read book 3 of Murderbot, and then it'll give me an excuse to buy book 4. Okay, I need another kid to come and pull a prompt. Okay, here comes Odin. He's going to pull the prompt for me. The last kid prompt. Come on, Odin. Okay, what's it say?
It says a book with a cover that is a color that is green.
A green cover. Okay, I will find a book with a green cover. Thank you, Odin. All right, so I have 3 books here that I'm interested in reading that have a green cover. One I already showed you was The Poison Song, which is book 3. It would finish a series for me, which is a really big deal. But what's that? The Winnowing Flame. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the trilogy. However, this book series has been excellent. Top tier fantasy. I really, really love it. It's a great blend of fantasy and sci-fi mixed with elements of horror. It's so good. I really do love this series. I also have Hollow Kingdom, which is supposed to be this kind of funny, wacky, post-apocalyptic book from a bird's eye view. You have is it a raven or a crow? I can't remember what he is. And he notices his owner's acting a little strange, maybe not quite alive. And the world is kind of like a zombie apocalypse. He and the owner's dog go off on an adventure looking for a cure for their owner or something along those lines. Anyway, it does sound like a really good time, and I do really want to get into it. If it didn't have higher contenders, I might pick it, but I don't think I'm going to choose it this month. Then I have The Apothecary Diaries, which has purple and green on the cover. However, the spine is mostly green. I do really want to continue with this series because I just read book 1, spoiler, for last month's TBR journey, and it was so easy to read and a really good time. And I've also allowed myself, after I read book 1, I got to watch season 1 of the anime on Netflix to kind of pair alongside with what I just read. And I really enjoyed doing that. That was really fun for me. So if I read book 2, I can then watch season 2 after I've read it, and that'll be a good time for me as well. So I think, even though I know this one quality-wise will probably be superior, and genuinely will be, I have absolute faith because this is an incredible story. I think that this month along anyway, I really want to read book 2 of the light novel. It's been really great. Also, I've noticed that they have these cute photos. I've got to find it, like photos kind of throughout that kind of give a nod to the manga, and I'm excited to see more of them because the drawings are lovely. All right, so that is my TBR jar poll for the month of January. Not as many as I said. Now what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go find 2 books to choose from, or more than 2 books. I'm going to grab some books that I have a feeling I might not love, and I'm going to choose 2 of them to put on my TBR this month, and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and with me I have a huge stack of books to choose from, and I get to pick 2 books from these stacks. Now, these are some books that I'm questioning whether or not I'll actually like them. They are books, a lot of these I bought at these bookstores, so there's a lot of paperbacks, but there's a couple that aren't, that I either found in a free library thing, or I ordered and then heard horrible reviews about. So we'll figure it out. The one that I heard bad things about is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. This is a huge chunky book too, so if I don't like it, it would be a nice piece of shelf space for me that would clear up. But it is big, and I don't know if I want to invest time this month to trying a book that I might not like that's this big. Well, I guess that's kind of the point. But then, like, I'd have to read some of it. We'll see. I don't know. The other one I have is Camp Zero. I read some really bad reviews about this book. Again, it could be good. But I don't know. It's some kind of post-apocalyptic book. Again, Camp Zero. Then I have Need by Carrie Jones. This book, I believe, let's see here. She has Zara White suspects a freaky guy is semi-stalking her. She memorizes phobias and chants them while she's nervous. And okay, she hasn't exactly been herself since her stepfather died, but moving to a shivery Maine town to stay with her grandmother is supposed to be the perfect fix, so her mom says. Except this new plan of getting away to help Zara stay sane, yeah, it's not working. Turns out the semi-stalker is not a figment of Zara's imagination. He's still following her, leaving behind an eerie trail of gold dust. There's something not right, not human in this sleepy Maine town, and all signs are pointing to Zara. So, I'm not sure. I mean, it could be really cringy, and stalkery doesn't sound like my thing. But I don't know, maybe. I have also Neon Gods, which is supposedly really, really spicy. And it's kind of a Greek god retelling a bit, maybe of Persephone and Hades. So this could get a little bit extreme. And I have a feeling this one will be knocked off if I try it. So actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to put that on there yet. There's others to choose from too that could also be like that. Because I kind of want one that I like, right? So it's hard for me to pick one I think I'm going to like or one that I'm not going to like. If I were picking I'm not going to like, this is like on the top of the list, but we'll see. There's also Pestilence, which is supposedly like the Four Horsemen kind of retelling. And one of the horsemen is somehow like the love interest or something coming from hell or whatever. I don't know. It's gonna be probably a steamy romance. Then there's this one called Little Fire, and it's about like one of those guys who has like she's thrust into the savage world, into the arms of a deadly archmage, and he becomes her only hope for survival. Something about a protector. I don't know. It sounds really cringy, but it could also be good. Sometimes I do like that. If it's not, it all depends on the spice. If the spice is too in your face, then I'm like, no, I don't want anything to do with it. But if it's like subtle or it comes on slowly and then it's just well deserved, then I'm like, okay, I like it. So I kind of want to read that one and find out if I like it. But I should probably be reading ones that I think I get rid of. That's like the whole point. I also have Quarantine, The Loners, Book 1. The reason I think I might not like this one is it is set in a high school, and sometimes teen romances and teen fiction can really feel like teen fiction, and this one screams like it's gonna be like that. However, I do like the idea of a deadly plague virus or something like that. I think that's what that's based off of, and that sounds exciting to me, so it could be good. And then what? I also have Evernight, and the only reason I think I won't like it is because the cover looks really crappy. But it's also a part of a Gothic Evernight Academy. Students are sleek, smart, and almost predatory. So I think it's like a vampire academy or something like that. And that could be cheesy. But I like Claudia Gray, so I don't know. Then I have Elsie Chapman. I got this, as you can see, for $2 in like a little book bin. And I don't know, it's called Caster. This could be terrible. Then I have the same bin. It was $2.45 for Red Moon Rising. I think I got it because it was another book I got called Red Moon, or I was thinking of something about Red Moon. And I grabbed that one instead because it's $2. Then I have the Spanish Love Deception. Let me peel the sticker off. It's like covering right on the front of the book. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I'll have to I can't get it off. Anyway, this one is a contemporary romance, and those are very hit or miss for me, and I've heard this one's a little bit too much. So there's that, and then I have Practice Makes Perfect, same exact thing, another contemporary romance that could be really cringy for me. So those are the books I can choose from, and so I have to find two that I think I'm willing to try in January. That would probably be the best thing for me. So I'm gonna give a chance to Little Fire by Holly Mans, and this could very well be a DNF. We'll just put that over there. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of or try Neon Gods, but if I were to take a guess out of my entire library of hundreds of books, I think this is probably the #1 book I will DNF, so I might as well just give it a few. I think this should be the first one I try, and if I don't like it, I can DNF it, and that'll be fantastic. All right, yes, I did it. I did my duty. Okay, and so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Book of the Month spin. So let me go grab my spinner and see which one I can pick. I haven't updated this in a while, so I don't know if it has everything, but it has enough on here, I'm sure, that I could, you know, whatever. If I land on one that I've already read in the meantime, I can just get rid of it and spin again. So here we go. I have my little spinner for Book of the Month, and I'm going to put it up here. And we'll see which one it chooses for me. Do, do, do. I should have had the little sound effects on. Oh, something popped up. The 13th Child. All right. That is going to be my Book of the Month book. I'll go grab it. I like doing that sometimes where it's really random like that, because I don't think I would have even grabbed this book or thought about it, because it's just been hiding up in my bookshelf. So this is the 13th Child. And I'm guessing she's the 13th child. I'm a dork. Okay, so a 13th child promised to one of the gods. She spends her childhood waiting for her benefactor, Merrick, the god of death, to arrive and take her away. When he does, he lays out exactly what he's planned for Hazel's future. She will become a great and celebrated healer. To aid her endeavors, Merrick blesses Hazel with a gift: the ability to instantly deduce the exact cure needed to treat the sick. But all gifts come with a price. Hazel can see when death has claimed a patient and is tasked with ending their suffering permanently. Haunted by the ghosts of those she's killed, Hazel longs to run. But destiny brings her to the royal court, where she meets Leopold, a rakish prince with a disdain for everyone and everything. And that's where Hazel faces her biggest dilemma yet. Should she save the life of a king marked to die? Hazel knows what she is meant to do and what her heart is urging her towards. But what will happen if she goes against the will of Death himself? From the astonishing mind of Aaron A. Craig comes the breathtaking fairy tale retelling readers have been waiting for. What does a life well lived mean, and how do we justify the impossible choices we make for the ones we love? So, it's interesting. I'm excited. A fairy tale retelling. I'm trying to think of what fairy tale this is retelling. I need to look that up, because it didn't sound familiar to me. But anyway, maybe it's a Beauty and the Beast, because usually when there's like girl with guy, I don't know, that's what they all claim their Beauty and the Beast retellings. Okay, I will go over my books for the month of January now. I should have 9 books on my stack, which is reduced from before. And a couple of these I am anticipating being able to unhaul, which would be really great for my bookshelf. So I have The 13th Child, my Book of the Month spinning choice. I have Neon Gods by Katie Robert, which is my unhaul choice, or potential unhaul. What should I call that? Potential read it or unhaul it, I think some people say. Read it or unhaul it. Book 1, read it or unhaul it. Book 2 is Little Fire by Holly Mans, which could be good. It could still be good. Then I have a book with a greenish cover, The Apothecary Diaries, Book 2 by Natsu Hyuga. And then I have right here a book with a male protagonist, at least sort of, Rogue Protocol by Martha Wells, which is book 3 in the Murderbot Diaries. Then I have a book I bought recently, Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I have a sequel to a series, I Shall Wear Midnight by Terry Pratchett, part of the Tiffany Aching saga. Then I have a book recommended by booktubers everywhere, or Bookstagram, The Will of the Many by James Islington or Islington. And then another sequel, my very first pull was a sequel, A Reaper at the Gates by Sabah Tahir. So I feel like I have a pretty decent stack here. They're really tall. That's actually really tall considering that it's only 9 compared to the before. But anyway, I hope that I can get through at least half of them. Wish me luck, and I hope you guys have a fantastic new year. I know I will. I'm excited. I've so far lost almost 70 pounds. I'm not quite at 70 pounds since the beginning of last year. So I need to go back and see the difference in my face because you can't really see my body as well on these cameras. But from before to now, there was a huge difference, obviously. So I'm really excited to kind of compare them side by side. And then hopefully in one more year, I'll have made my goal weight and I'll be better able to move around and be healthy. And I wish the same for you and all my viewers, all 3 of you. I love you and I hope you have a good day. Bye.